Pass TDs interception ratio first. Pass TDs per attempt first. Yards per attempt first. Yards per completion first. Wins first. Number one. I mean, it is one of the great stories in North American sports history. And if he wins that Lombardi, you talk about commercials, you talk about being a poster boy for the NFL. This is the type of player the NFL wants to promote.
Are you kidding me? With this franchise, are you kidding me? That's known for quarterbacks. Montana, Young, Purdy. You kidding me? With really number 6 potentially?
It's really incredible.
Like that's what dreams are made of, Bonte. Like this is what you think about when you're a kid. It's one of the blue blood organizations you're playing for. Whether it's hitting a home run for the Yankees, right? Or playing for the Niners, playing quarterback in the footsteps of a Joe Montana. Like this is what you think about. And dreams are being made. But you know what I love about Brock? He's like, whatever. It's just like, and it's probably like, there's a lot of pressure on him, obviously. But he's able to maintain and harness all that, and you don't see it on the field. And that's the biggest thing to me. This guy seems so unflappable when he's out there. It would drive me nuts if I was an opposing fan base, if I was the Eagles fan or a Cowboys fan. This guy would drive me nuts.
Yep.
Like, where did this guy get? Like, we drafted Jalen Hurts, at least in the second round or third round, whatever it was. Dak Prescott with the fourth round. Like, we thought, maybe. But Brock Purdy was the last pick, and now he's going to be the MVP? I'm pulling my hair out if I'm everyone else. Well, like, where can we find our Brock Purdy? But it doesn't happen like that. It just doesn't. So yeah, Kurt Warner, he's obviously an amazing story. Tom Brady, obviously greatest quarterback of all time. And then now Brock Purdy, yeah. Hollywood will be on line one, but that's not him, though.
Like, it just also shows, Spadon, that you have to be drafted into the right situation.
Yes.
Because I don't think Bryce Young is a bad quarterback at all for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
I think the guy could be really good. I like his composure. I like his moxie. But he has nothing around him.
No.
And you can go to a situation that just completely ruins you.
He fired their head coach in year 1, Bonte.
I know.
His career might be over before it even started.
Nah, it's still there.
No, but I'm saying, but if we look back and look in the situation he got into.
He's got a lot of time. You just can't develop bad habits like Jacksonville. And this is, I give Carolina credit. It was a terrible hire with Frank Reich, but they pivoted quickly off of him. Same thing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is number 1 overall pick. You bring in Urban Meyer. It's an absolute dumpster fire. They pivoted midseason. You fired him. You bring in Dougie P. All of a sudden, you resurrect Trevor Lawrence. Now he's going back to the playoffs for the second straight year. I think they're going to the playoffs.
I don't know. They might not win the division.
They've got some work to do.
Case Keenum on line 1.
Yeah, they've got some work to do. But you get what I'm saying here. Brock Purdy was drafted into the perfect situation. Now, you bring in a trade with Christian McCaffrey. He builds that rapport with Christian McCaffrey on the practice field to get Christian McCaffrey up to speed with the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt, and he comes in and he doesn't skip a beat. Like Bill Romanowski told us a couple weeks ago. Mike Shanahan's telling Brock Purdy, be ready. Be ready. Your time is coming. I don't know when, but your time is coming, which is insane, right? That is just unreal, the stories that we're hearing about this kid. So, yeah, it looks like the 49ers have a great one. It just feels different with him.
It does. And you mentioned all the categories he's leading, passer rating, touchdown, interception, all of that. And then the one that, fans don't care about right now, but, it's a nice little, sidebar when the award season comes out. Via DraftKings, the MVP odds, Brock Purdy, -190, overwhelming favorite right now. Then you got Lamar Jackson right behind him. That's actually going to be fun. This next matchup coming up, Bonte, on Christmas Day.
Whew. Well, a lot of people are pumping up Lamar Jackson for the MVP, and he deserves big-time consideration.
This is going to be a huge game for that, this coming up on Christmas, because all the eyeballs will be on that. That's the primetime spot. I know NBA is going on, but it's football. Ooh, we got sound?
We got some breaking news here. Just for a second, before we get to the lines, hit that
95.7 The Game, breaking news.
All right, for all the Warrior fans out there, Warrior fans, big news here from Shams Charania. Warriors four-time NBA champ Draymond Green has started counseling process and is expected to remain sidelined via suspension for at least the next 3 weeks. For at least the next 3 weeks, Draymond Green started counseling today. I think that was, worthy of breaking news there.
No,
Draymond Green will remain sidelined for at least the next 3 weeks for the Golden State Warriors.
So that's 3. If we just go by when he reported this, Monday, December 18th, then you got Christmas next week. So that would be January 8th coming back. And if I look at the Warriors' schedule, I know you have it all in your brain, Bonte, because you're Mr. Warrior over there. I do not, unfortunately, as my My search engine is just crashing on me. But 3 weeks at least?
At least the next 3 weeks.
I like to see what this team is made of right now. You know what? At the moment, they're playing well. They're playing well. Obviously, Draymond's a huge part of this, but I'm not mad at what they did the last 2 days.
I like the pacing. I like the spacing. I like what's going on right here. I like this lineup with Pajivsky and Kuminga. It's opened up Klay Thompson. Curry's doing his thing. He had a monster fourth quarter Saturday against the Brooklyn Nets with a splash. Brothers scored the final 22 points. Curry had 16 points in the fourth quarter, 7-7. We're going to just throw away yesterday where he scored 7 points. It didn't hit a 3. And the fact that they still held on and won that game, I'll take it all day long.
So it's 9 games right now for 3 weeks. That would be 9 games.
9 more games.
January 10th is the Warriors' home game against the Pelicans.
Yep. So 3 weeks. So that's 9 games plus the 3 he's already missed. That would be 12 games. Yeah. 12 games. So he'll miss Boston, Washington, Portland, Denver, Miami, Dallas, Orlando, Denver, and Detroit.
And at this point, it's on Draymond, right? It's on Draymond to get the help that he needs.
So hopefully he does get the help that he needs, but he's going to miss at least the next 3 weeks. All right, back to football here. Let's go to Jay in Florida. Jay, you're on our Morning Roast here on 95.7 The Game. Jay, what is happening?
What's going on, you guys? Hey, sorry that I'm late calling in. I slept in a little bit, but you guys are so lucky.
It's all right. You're forgiven.
If I was living in California, I would be showing up in your studio like Birdman, saying, put some respect on my QB's name. You guys were talking about some of the categories Purdy's leading in. Let me just talk about some. So we got the top 5 QBs in yardage. Tua, Goff, Mahomes, Dak, and Purdy. But what we're not talking about is that Purdy has 384 attempts. Tua has 458, Goff 499, Mahomes 524, Dak 484. If you got to talk about that Purdy's a system QB or he's just in this, well then fine. But you got to say that he does have elite accuracy.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Jay. I mean, who cares? I mean, all these quarterbacks run a system. It's the West Coast system, spread system, run-heavy system.
Was Tom Brady a system quarterback? No. He brought the same exact system from New England, the offense, to Tampa. What are we doing?
And to me, as this segment is brought to you by Golden State Lumber, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. To me, it's not a knock to be a game manager. I don't care whether or not your job is to manage a game. Now, how do you manage a game? Do you make plays on third down? The money down in the NFL. Do you make elite throws when you need to make elite throws? Do you manage the offense? Do you manage the line? Do you audible? Do you not audible? Do you turn the ball over? This guy doesn't turn the ball over. And they always feel like they're in the right play at the right time. So I don't care if you call him a game manager. I don't care if you call him a system quarterback. All I know is this dude is about to break the single-season passing record for the 49ers. And he may surpass Steve Young for the most touchdowns in a single season in 49ers history. Now, it's going to be close over the next 3. But you look at the throws, the 3rd and 5 throw to Brandon Ayuk when they're up 14-13, which flipped this football game. The throw to George Kittle when he's improv there on that same possession. You talk about the throw to McCaffrey on the second touchdown pass to McCaffrey. The play to Deebo Samuel, the ball handling where he's play faking and running the play action passes. I don't care what you call him. What I'm going to call him, Spinoni, is an absolute baller. Because that's what he's doing right now. He's balling at the highest levels.
I mean, right now, it's hard for me to find a weakness in his game.
Deep shots.
And it's but even then,
what I'm saying is everybody's trying to say he can't throw deep.
Right.
Well, he could have fooled me.
His arm strength seems fine enough for me, right? If I'm a fan watching it. So I'm hard pressed to find anything wrong with Brock Purdy's game right now. And the one thing people would say is if you get pressure in his face, if you hit him, I was like, great. That's every quarterback in the history of ever. If you hit the quarterback, yes, their game is going to change. That's what happens. They get hurt. They get a little frazzled. That's what happens. Tom Brady, he gets hit. What happens against the Giants in the Super Bowl? He got hit a lot. Yep. Giants win. Twice, by the way. And then the Eagles. So get pressure on guys, sure. Easier said than done, though, when it comes to Brock because he has that athleticism. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even going to say subtle anymore. He's just athletic when he gets out of the pocket. No, he has just enough, whatever you want to say, to just keep his eyes downfield, and if he needs to scamper for a first down, he'll do just that.
The back shoulder throw to Deebo
It was
Samuel.
unbelievable. That might have been his best throw of the year.
He had the other back shoulder throw to Deebo Samuel Thursday Night Football against the
Correct.
New York Giants. For some reason, people forget about that.
I think, that was like blowing the doors off at that point, though, too, right? But so was kind of this one. So.
Back shoulder throw.
But this one was so tight in the corner.
So tight in the corner. Deebo makes a proper adjustment. He scores, displays his good hands. Brock Purdy, man, is playing at a high level. So whether he gets the MVP or not, I personally don't care. The fact that he's in consideration is pretty damn cool. The fact that Chris McCaffrey's in consideration is pretty damn cool. But the fact that the 49ers have won the NFC West Championship and they've won 11 games this season with 3 to play, that to me is the coolest part. This team is humming at the right time. They got off the bye week after losing 3 straight, Spinoni. They haven't looked back.
That it's starting to seem like if there's any blessing in disguise of the season, it was that little losing streak that kind of revamped and refocused them because they're not sleeping on anyone. Like any trap game you think of, there's no trap game for the 49ers at this point. I'm not viewing that as that way because Kyle Shanahan and the leaders that he has on this team, it always starts with the head coach, but a great head coach, is able to delegate those responsibilities to his leaders. Fred Warner has those guys tightened up on the back end. Brock Purdy, George Kittle, McCaffrey, all those guys are humming on the offensive end.
Right.
So much so that PJ Walker, that stuff happens early on in the season. You just saw a team in the 49ers yesterday handle their business in a massive, massive way when teams all around the league aren't doing that. Look around what happened in the NFL this past weekend. A lot of upsets, a lot of no-shows. I don't expect
I'm looking
that.
at you, Dallas.
Yeah, I'm seeing them right there on my TV. Dak in his upside down Dallas.
We knew they were front runners.
That was an embarrassing
Don't even waste your
showing.
time. Don't even waste your time on the Dallas Cowboys. We know they're fraudulent. They're so mentally
We have
jacked
so
up
much
in the
time to
brain.
hate on them. I love it.
No, their time will come. Their time will come, Spinoni.
They
Trust
can't play
me
on the
that.
road, Bonte. They can't play. But
Well, they also can't play on the grass.
You know who can play on the road? The 49ers. Because this same Cardinals team that the Dallas Cowboys had to go face on the road, they lost to them.
Yeah, no doubt. Dallas also had that stat last year where they can't play on grass. They lose a lot of games on grass.
Can't play on grass.
Yeah, it's the weirdest stat ever.
They couldn't hang in 1965 is what you're telling me.